Hi guys, welcome back to another progress vlog. So today I'm making Yamato from One Piece. This is the current Wano Kuni arc. Decided to go ahead and make her because she's a very interesting character. I also really like the way she's designed with the horns and like the way her outfit looks and how bold she is as a character. And she really reminds me a lot of a certain someone in the K-pop community who wanted to become Jimin. Not gonna name any names, but if you know, you know. Starting off the bottom part with her sandals, she's wearing flip-flops, and the bottom of it is Dark Ivory by Crafter's Secret. Next, I am switching up to all skin color for her legs. I probably should have switched up to white for like the panties and stuff, but I didn't really do that this time, so I'm leaving it all skin underneath her skirt. And then for the sandal details, I'm using Fire Red by I Love This Yarn to create the little details of the flip-flops, and I simply glue them on. So this is what her skirt looks like. Tried to create close as I could to the reference image, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It's kind of fluffy. It's really bulky, but I like the way it shapes, and I created the skirt with Fire Red as well. Moving on, I am using white for her shirt right here, her top, and then we're switching up to skin color for the head, which is Magnolia Way by Crafter's Secret. And then for her eyes, I'm using orange by Crafter's Secret for the iris. And then she has black cornered eyes for both of them. Since I feel like she is a more dominant character, she likes to take charge and take action. So I think this eye shape suits her. And here is the back side so far, and I'll be back with the next update. Okay, so we're back with the next update for the body. So quick explanation, I am starting off with the chest area, which I'm calling the boobs because that's what they are. And I simply created two half circles, stuffed them, and then like sewed it onto the chest. Or you can glue them onto, that way it works as well. I was debating on if I should add this part on or not, but I thought why not? Some of my dolls have them. And then moving on right here above the waist area on top of the skirt. On round 15, I took my cobalt blue yarn and then I glued on the little details of the blue swirls, like little squiggly lines to represent the details on the outfit right there. And then after that, I went ahead and took my Fire Red yarn and I glued that around the neck area because she does have like another layer of red that shows through. So I placed it there for the details. Then I decided to go back, created this weird shape on top of the chest area. This isn't like the exact shape that I was aiming for, but I tried multiple times and I just couldn't really get it right. I think you could do something else where you could probably print out the little design into like a really tiny piece, and you can use one of those heat iron things and like press it down. I forgot what they're called. Oh my gosh, I think it was something like a Cricut that like similar to like that brand. Put little prints on top of fabrics and stuff. I've seen people do that for this doll. But yeah, I decided to take my black lace yarn and I simply sewed on this little weird V shape with like a little slash across it. I don't know. It didn't feel right to leave it blank, so I was like, she kind of needs something there. I don't know. It just looks kind of weird if it's blank. And then next we're moving on to the waist bow. Oh yeah, and I also took my Fire Red yarn right here and I created one little simple bow and I glued it right on top of the skirt right here. Next I'm creating the waist bow, which is the big ass bow that's wrapped around her waist. I am using amethyst, which is the purple color, and I'm taking white and I twist both of those together to create this really large bow because the bow itself has two colors. So I just went ahead and like twisted them for that, and we're just gonna pretend like they are sectioned off evenly. And as for the bow, I simply twisted it and I tried to create like the little big hoops, and I took my pins and I placed them down, and I simply took my fabric glue and then glued them down so that way it can stay in place. I didn't actually tie anything into a bow, it's simply like placing it down. And yeah, this is pretty much what the back side looks like. And lastly, I also created two little ears, and I took my honey yarn to give her the little earrings, which I simply chained one and then I tucked in all the rest to create the earring details, and I placed it on. And that is the update so far. I'll be back with the next update. Hi guys, welcome back to the final update. So I know this is kind of a big jump from the last update, but I am completely done with her hair. So now we're going to explain what just happened. I am going to be starting off with these two couple of slip stitch strands right here, and I'm going to insert a little clip on the explanation on how I created these strands. Hey guys, so here is the strands that I'm making. These are slip stitch strands, which I'll be attaching to the front side because she has like 2 little strands, one on each side of her cheeks. And I am using 3 different colors. I am starting off with this clear blue color, and then I always switch up to skylight, and then we switched up to white right here to finish it off. Just wanted to show you this is how I did it. And I am referencing to my hair tutorial pattern in terms of how I crocheted it and how I attach on the pieces together. So if you want to know how to make your own, go ahead and check out my Nikki hair tutorial pattern, which is linked in the description box below. And in the tutorial, I use half double crochet as an example, but you can honestly use any stitch. You can use single crochet, you can use double crochet, whatever. It doesn't matter the stitch, but it works in terms of like changing colors without using the half double crochet foundation chains. And in this case, I am using slip stitches, and as you can see, it pretty much works. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And so now we are back, and I have placed the strands on both sides of the face right here. It's really right next to the ear, as you can see, on each side. And in the middle, she has like really short bangs, so I'm using 4 chains all across. And then moving on to the top part right here, I added this little 8 chain just to have like this little strand that's like curling upwards, just to have like some little hair details. And I kind of like the way it looks poking up on the doll. And moving over here, she got like 2 giant horns on her head because she is the daughter of Kaido, and I believe he also has horns as well. With the horns, I am starting off with this color Fire Red by I Love This Yarn, and then transitioning down to Desert Glaze, which is pretty much a dark orange color by I Love This Yarn as well. Created 2 of those, and in the process of making this, it's actually like 1 straight cone, but I actually had to bend this into shape. And whenever I bend it, if I bend it enough, it actually kind of stays in place, so I don't really have to do much other work. After that, I took my fabric glue and I placed the glue at the very bottom, and I stuck some fabric pins in, and it stays in place just like that. Moving along to the side, here's the side profile, and going to the back side is her ponytail. So I am using 3 strands because that's what I usually do with my dolls that have ponytails. Just 3 strands is enough for me. And I am also using the same technique as I did with the slip stitch strands. These are just worked in half double crochets following my hair tutorial pattern. And this one I am doing the exact same thing. We're starting off with clear blue, transition up to skylight, and then transitions up to white. I got 3 strands right here. So what I did was stack these strands on top of each other. We have the very first strand stacked on top, and I glued it down, and it goes on this side. Next we have the second strand placed on top of that, and it goes on this side. And then we have the final strand placed and glued down on top of that, and it stays in the middle. So, and then I kind of bent it along the bottom right here, just so it can like all pretty much stay about the same length. Of course, the length would probably vary because of the way it's stacked up, but I tried to bend them into place, and as you can see there, it's about the same length. And then she has this little hair accessory thing, which I created 2 pieces on each side. We have this piece right here, worked the same way as the hair. I'm using Honey by Yarn Bees. We have this first piece right here, which I glued down and placed at the bottom, and then the second piece placed on top. The same thing with the other side right here. I glued it down right next to the ponytail, and then I placed on this little strand right here. So here it is from the front side. Let's see, this one, I'm gonna try to like curl it this way, curl it forwards, just so you can like kind of see it on the front, and do the same thing with the other side, just kind of like twist it forward, and hopefully it stays into place. For the other strand, I just simply try to raise it upwards, and same thing with the other side. Raising it upwards, that way you can kind of like see the details on the front, and it looks like she has a hair accessory on her, which I really like the way it looks. And yeah, this pretty much concludes the doll with her hair. I think it's really simple to make. The outfit's a little bit complicated, but I really enjoyed the process. She looks like a really colorful doll, which is also why I created her, but I really like the way it turned out. So yeah, this is pretty much the doll overall. Again, the little big bow on the back. There it is for this side. Really like it. And there we have it, Yamato from One Piece from the Wano Kuni arc. Thanks to those who donated to me on Ko-fi, as it really helps fund my supplies. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe, as it really helps out my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another progress vlog soon. Bye!